Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. It's Coach Mags, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about stress today. So, we are facing an unprecedented time of stressors, and everybody's feeling it. We're all experiencing stress on different levels and different ways. Genetics has a lot to do with this, with how we respond to stress or how we manage stress. But a lot of the reactions to stress that we're experiencing right now are craving comfort foods like fats and carbs, or not eating perhaps, or feeling those cravings, avoiding them, and then increasing exercise and decreasing calories because we are starting to experience plateaus in our weight loss. So I want to talk a little bit scientifically about why these reactions occur so that you understand better what's happening within your body and mind, and don't feel quite so guilty or at fault for some of these reactions. So first, stress is often caused by causes increased levels of cortisol. And cortisol actually will affect our insulin levels, our blood sugar levels. And what happens then is it raises those insulin levels and we begin to crave those carby and high calorie things. This is completely evolutionary. This is what we needed in the past when we go into that fight or flight mode, and it's actually fight, flight, or freeze. So you're either rearing up to fight against an attacking bear, or you're running from that attacking bear, or you are freezing and hiding and holding very still and hoping that bear does not eat you. So obviously we're not fighting a bear right now, but these fight or flight responses, these feelings of need for survival are very, very real, especially right now, and probably higher than you've ever felt these feelings before, right? So our natural responses to these things is to react to that increased level of cortisol, which is to go to those comfort foods or you want to eat those fatty things because your body is telling you you are going to expend energy or you have expended energy on something to help you survive. So you need extra calories, and that's what your brain is telling you. Almost overwhelmingly, instinctually, you're starting to crave things. The other response is the stresses are kind of in freeze mode and you are just beginning to like shut down everything and you're just like not thinking clearly. Maybe you're just go, 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 act, act, act. That's kind of part of the flight response, where you just don't eat consistently. And one of the issues with that is then you begin to feel worse. You become more lethargic. You are not, like I said, not thinking as clearly. Maybe you're not even digesting food. You start getting upset stomachs. You have experienced headaches. But the biggest thing is feeling lethargic. So even if you are eating enough, the very act of all that stress is beginning to bring down your metabolism levels. So it is going to have you moving slower, and then you're actually not expending as much energy as you think because your metabolism is just like, nope, we are going to shut down. So you could, even if you're eating all the right things and exercising, trying to exercise more than ever, you still may be feeling lower levels of energy and not seeing the weight loss that you would expect from all this increase in effort. So that's, again, very natural. So how do we combat this? In the cases where you're craving carbs, one of the things you could do is just begin to supplement. Don't ignore those cravings. Your body is demanding that energy for something. So what I would do is actually just supplement healthy carbs. Maybe snack a little bit more often throughout the day. Not eat more, but eat smaller, more frequent meals to help level out that blood sugar a little bit and keep those cravings at bay. When you do crave carbs and you're going to the fridge to look for something, maybe try and reach for a piece of fruit, something that's going to be a little bit healthier for you, some Greek yogurt, that sort of thing that has carbohydrates in it, but it's not cake and cookies and brownies. You know, you're not going to spike your blood sugar then, which then kicks off that vicious sugar high, sugar low cycle that will just have you craving more. So just something a little bit healthy sugar-wise. That's one. Two, if you find that your stresses keeps you from eating, same sort of approach applies. Begin to start eating smaller meals throughout the day. So you're eating a little bit more consistently, and again, that energy level stays up. In both cases, ideally, you will find stress relievers. Now, we do think of exercise as a stress reliever. However, high intensity exercise can actually increase cortisol levels. So while it is very good for your heart and lungs and very important to do on a regular basis, do not overdo it. So if you're starting to feel high levels of stress, doing an intense exercise right away is probably actually not the best approach. It may be a better idea to go for a nice easy jog or a nice walk or a bike ride, something that is going to not fire up your system and have you on high energy, high alert. So that's a good stress reliever, going for a walk, doing meditation, doing yoga, some sort of easy movements that will keep you moving but will not inflame and excite the body. The other thing to avoid is caffeine and alcohol, which both of those things can actually increase our stress levels and increase cortisol and all of those things. So while alcohol does feel very relaxing, there's a lot of negative side effects that still could amp up anxiety. Caffeine, pretty self-explanatory. It's going to be amping up your system, which again is not very good on stress. So those are some tips and tricks. So number one, do not blame yourself. This is evolutionary response to stress. Number two, understand the science behind it. Increased cortisol increases insulin, which also increases your craving for things. That fight or flight response kicks in. You don't want to eat. Begin for both cases starting to eat little things throughout the day instead of big meals and focusing on those healthy carbs. And number four, 3 or 4, you want to look for relaxing activities that you can do, things you enjoy, stress relievers, ideally, to help manage the stresses in your day. And hopefully that will get you on the path to losing body fat again, feeling more energy, whatever your goals might be. So good luck, you guys. Hang in there. We're in this together. Here for you. If you have any questions, please reach out to myself or another coach. Thanks.